Hello guys, it is LBtwink and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Happy 2023. As you guys could tell by the title of today's video, we're going to be talking about this year, my first video of the year. I always like to kind of make videos setting goals for myself. Last year, for 2022, I made a video. And 2022 probably took the biggest unexpected turn in my life, and I genuinely completed like absolutely none of them. I was at work yesterday, took out a little note, and I started writing down some of my goals for 2023 because I've been keeping them up here, but I feel like I need to write them down and put them on paper. If I were you, I would go grab a coffee or a snack, grab a notepad and a pen, and maybe write down some of your goals too. We could like have this little moment where we go over our goals together. First, I want to start with like the timeline of like 2022 and why I kind of didn't meet any of my goals, and just touch on that real quick because I want you guys to gain the perspective of like where I'm coming from this year. I went through a lot last year. I know a lot of you guys know that. I ended the year on a really good note and really like gaining independence, which is something that I like fully lost last year. January, I broke my leg. February, March, and April, I was like literally bedridden. So I didn't get back up walking until maybe end of April. May, my lease ended, so I had to move out. So I moved to Diamond Bar. So from May to October of last year, I was living in Diamond Bar, which is like about give or take an hour outside of Long Beach. But I kept my job here in Long Beach, and so every day I was like commuting back and forth, and that was a lot just on myself. And then October, at the time I was staying with my partner kicked me out. So I was couch surfing at a friend's. Then came November, I moved into my apartment, and November, December, we're basically at the end of 2022. So that's a little rough overview of like why none of my goals got completed last year. I've gained some very valuable lessons like throughout the year of what some of my priorities should be. Now we could get started with our 2023 goals, the ones that we're gonna make happen. The first one is gonna be clothing related to Twinky Couture. It is something that last year I said I was gonna do trifold, and I told myself I was gonna make 3 collections. Now, in a perfect year where I didn't break my leg and I had a home, that would have been obtainable. But now I'm transitioning into this new era of my life. I'm working full-time. Do I think I can design 3 collections this year? Realistically, no, but my goal this year is to at least put out 1 collection. I miss doing those. I miss shooting lookbooks. I miss getting an idea and creating everything centered around that one idea. The lookbook, I have this thought up here, and like I know exactly who's gonna be in it, what it's gonna be, and it's gonna be a vibe. Expect a new collection around summer, maybe around my birthday. Birthday gift to myself. And then I feel like another goal that I kind of have that ties into that would be to just kind of expand Twinky Couture as a whole. Like if you saw my last video, you saw that I returned to Depop and I opened back up Twinky Couture. Tell me why I was blindsided with how they do their payments now. Beforehand, when you guys would buy a piece, the money would just get sent to my PayPal. Now they kind of have this weird system. I don't get paid until you receive your item from like someone who like uses that money to live. It's just like really inconvenient. So I do honestly want to transition away from Depop. I don't know at what point in this year I will make that happen. And also, do I feel like it's a step in the right direction? But if I really want to use my name and this platform that I've created to be a designer, then I need to learn how to step outside and not use someone else's help. Really just build up Twinky Couture as the couture clothing brand that it is. I felt like those two kind of went hand in hand, but that is another goal that I have for this year. Hopping into the next goal that I have for this year, and this one's gonna be something skating related. 2023, I told myself that at least once I wanna compete in a competition. Roller skating competitions have been fairly a new thing. I mean, I don't know how popular they were before, but I've been seeing them pop up. So there's this really big one. Well, it's Blading Cup technically. It's also Quad Cup. I would love to compete in that competition. They've thrown about 2 of them, and so I guess there's probably going to be about 2 a year. Last year was the first year that they had it, and the last Quad Cup that happened, I had friends who competed in it, and I just feel like very inspired. I dedicate like a lot of time to skating, if I'm gonna be honest, because that's just one of those outlets for me that I've just been like really happy with. Putting myself out there and competing, and I'm gonna talk about this a little later in the video. I'm a really anxious person. Funny enough, I kind of get stage fright. Like I always have since I was younger. Whenever I've had to be on stage, low-key I've choked. The best way to get over that is to continue to put yourself out there and kind of do that. Even if it's not Quad Cup, if there's a smaller one that goes on. The community, even if it's like not as big, there's not prize money or anything, I don't care. I just want to see if I can place. Moving to our next goal that we have for today, a lesson that I have learned. But I basically just want to be more smarter financially. Also too, I feel like moving out at 19 and not having a family that teaches you financial literacy was kind of the bane of my existence. I felt like money has always been this thing that I've like stressed over. I was never really taught how to handle it. I've done my best to kind of like make ends meet, and like don't get me wrong, I made ends meet up until I broke my leg, and then like I literally just saw my literal, I'm gonna call it my net worth right now, just tank. Not even slowly, it all happened at once. Really, I don't ever want to go broke again. And I want to be able to, if there's an emergency in my life, I want to be able to like be okay. So I'm working on like building up like an emergency fund for myself. Whenever I have opportunities to work, I always take that opportunity to work. Literally a full-time baddie, and on top of that, I'm doing stuff outside of work too to help just set myself up and just save, just be more financially literate and be smarter with my money, especially now that I'm on my own, like solely on my own. I literally have no one in life to fall back on, which is fine. That's how it be. This next goal that I have for you guys is literally for you guys. I want to sit here and say that I want to post every single week on YouTube consistently. Like a lot goes into like making one YouTube video, even if it's just like a sit down video like this, especially just between the 5 fucking days that I work. The fact that it's like not consistent either. Like my days off are like scrambled all around. This is how it is now. Who knows if it'll be like this forever. Maybe one day I could do this solely as a job. That's the dream. That is the real dream. I always try to commit to posting like one YouTube video a week, every week for the entire year, but I've committed myself to that ever since I started my channel. Now, I'm kind of gonna switch up that goal and to not put so much on myself and stress myself out. So instead of committing myself to doing one video a week, every week for the entire year, I'm gonna knock it to at least 4 videos a month. However I choose to kind of move those around, 1 video every single week for a month, or whether I do 2 in a week, take a week off, do 2 in another week. However it happens, I just want to commit myself to 4 videos a month, 4 pieces of content made just for you. That also holds myself accountable to do one of the things I love, and that is create content. I'm kind of gonna lead this into another goal of mine, also kind of explain like why I've been so like spotty with content, and that goal is to become a happier person and to work on my anxiety. I feel like ever since my accident, I don't know what it is that kind of like got rewired in my brain. I think it was just honestly going through something so physically traumatic. My anxiety got like a lot worse after my accident. Ever since that, I felt like I get really anxious over things, I get very overwhelmed, and it also, that whole entire experience made me a really unhappy person. Like in the beginning, it was because it was like all of the pain that I was going through for like a good like 2.5 months on pain medication, and I would wake up in the middle of the night like absolutely like crying in pain, and I couldn't even take another pain pill because like they only give you so much. It started there, and then it was like the whole depression of like being stuck. As I started healing up and started walking, yeah, I got like a little bit happier, don't get me wrong. Then it's like my body changed. I gained weight, like probably about like 20 pounds throughout the entire year. It was just a trickling downward spiral, and like on top of this too, I was in a relationship. I was really unhappy, like not in the relationship, but just in life, so it's like that trickled down into my relationship as well, and it was just a really unhappy year. I want to be a happier person, and I want to work on my anxiety. Tying into another goal, this is like a trifecta of goals right here, to gain my confidence back. And I'm tying that into this because one thing that I'm changing this year, and I feel like this is like the most basic New Year's resolution, but I know I'm good for it because it's not like I hate doing it, is working out. Like, one thing that I lost last year, the fact that I'm not comfortable like shirtless anymore. I know that sounds really stupid. I've kind of had this problem since I was like younger of just like not being so like confident in my body. There was a point in time where I was very confident with my body. When I was younger actually, and I was in high school, I would go to the gym like all the time, and I would eat really healthy. And one, I loved how it made me feel, and two, I loved how it made me look. Overall, the mental impact of like working out and regular exercise is something like proven to like make you feel better. I actually just got a gym membership today, but I've been working out the past couple weeks. Already seen a little bit of a difference, and it's not really like I haven't been that active at all like over the past year. I mean, skating, that's a damn workout. The gym, it just makes me feel good, and I think that will also help with my anxiety. Let's see, I got like a couple more for you. So one of them that I just kind of want to throw out there now, I don't even have it written down, is like another goal of mine is to get my place like completely furnished. I would love to show you guys. I really would. I'm filming against the most plain part in my house right now because you know what, I just want the day that I get to like show you guys everything, I want it to be fresh. If you follow me on Instagram, it's gonna be at LBtwink. You've probably seen on my story little drops here and there of like my place. I don't really take photos of it to like show people because like when I do the tour, I want the tour to be like the tour. Yeah, I've been like bounding myself to like being filming in the kitchen just for the dramatic effect when, you know, you finally do get the apartment tour. That one should be happening like within the next like month or two. We gotta check the books, aka my credit card bills. I want to show you guys so bad, but I can't. I'm moving on to the next goal, but this year I want to go on vacation. Not saying I haven't been on vacation the past couple of years, but I have not been on a proper vacation. You know what I want to do? I want to take a cruise. In Long Beach, there's literally so many cruises coming in and out of here like every week. And I've just never been on a cruise, and I honestly find that so rude of myself that I haven't done it. Cruise to where, you may ask? I don't know, but I know a lot of the ones over here go to Mexico because we're like super close to Mexico. Pop out in Mexico for a bit. Maybe go to Tia Tamara. If you know, you know. This last goal that I have, which I'm sure you guys are gonna support, is going to be, don't want to drink just like when I'm bored. Not that I have a horrible tendency to do so, don't get me wrong, I love a good party. I also feel like alcohol just kind of prohibits me from like doing productive things, and you know, I always feel guilty after I get really drunk, which I feel like most of us get that anxiety, right? But I just want to drink less, and I told myself this year I'm doing it only socially. For the month of January, I am participating in Dry January, inspired by my friend Maddie, because she said she was doing it, and I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna do it too. So for the month of January, I'm not having any alcohol whatsoever, and not over drink. I have a tendency, because like, you know, how I was mentioning my anxiety, when I go out and I'm anxious, I tend to just keep drinking, and then I just get sloppy. There was never really any like deciding factor like pushing me over the edge being like, okay, why did you do that? For today, that's kind of all the real goals that I have for you guys to share with you guys. Hopefully this video inspires you to set some of your own goals to obtain this year, and just know that you're not doing it alone. I'm gonna be working hard. I want you to be working hard too. Before I let you guys go, I was talking about this earlier in the video, being like, I want to get off of this. But for now, we are not off of this. I'm selling my clothes over on Depop. I have a whole bunch of pieces listed on there for $35 that were made back in like 2021 / partial 2022. And it would mean the world to me if you guys see anything you like, and if it's in the budget, if you guys wanted to pick up a piece for me, because it helps me produce videos, it inspires me to make more clothing. Anyways, I'm kind of babbling. Happy New Year, everyone. See you guys another 3 times this month. Love you guys the mostest, and thank you again for joining me in another video today. Happy New Year, besties. XOXO. LBtwink.